So version control system is actually a record is a system that actually records the changes that have made to your files. Now, for example, like you have an app which you have created and that is on the version 1.0. Now, suppose now you want to add some features to it, like you have added some extra features, and you have upgraded the app to the 1.1 version, which is the newest version, but it is quite experimental that it might got a break due to some code issues. So now, after using it for some time, you found that this is kind of a bug that you have encountered while adding a feature. So now what to do next? Suppose you have created, like using a version control system, you can track what the files you have changed from the last commit. That would be could be like a checkpoint or something like that, and then you can roll back to the previous version to the 1.0 directly to it. So now, using a version control system, you can keep the track of all the file changes that have been made from a particular checkpoint. So here the version control system comes into the picture. Now, what is GitHub? Now, GitHub is actually the code hosting that the platform for version control system. So it helps you collaborate with the many other developers all around the world who have already registered on the GitHub. There are many other code hosting platforms such as GitLab and a Bitbucket. And nowadays, all the cloud providers has had also their dedicated code hosting platform, such as for the Microsoft, it has Microsoft code. Similarly for the Amazon, it's also available the code hosting platform. Now, so everyone has installed the Git on the system. Hello. Kindly say yes or no in the chat.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so for the like we will today we will be studying all the Git commands that you would encountered while learning a Git. So the first command that we will uh, these are the commands that we will look today. So like let me create a repository, like a directory which is called as a GitHub demo. Now Now, if you have already installed a Git in your system, and if you type git dash dash version, then it would give the version that is installed on your system. So for mine, it is a 2.28.0. For your case, it might be upper or lower based on your installation date. So now I'm into changing into the directory. Okay, so now I am opening in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so before starting the Git commands, let me explain what is actually the repository. So the repository is something that it could be like you have developed an app. It could be a repository. Like you have created a website, that could be a simple repository. Repository is contains some folders, and also in the folders there are respective files or anything. Like the repository could also contains a single file, or it would be contents of lots of folders and files in it. So let's start doing this. So suppose like I'm developing an website that is let's call this as a demo website. Then I'm creating an HTML file. You can do it in anything, like you can do it in a text file also for your demo purpose. I'm doing for the HTML file. So okay, so let us now name the title as Git and GitHub demo. Now I'm adding a like let me add a hello. Now. Okay, so now I have added the content to it. Now suppose the second command, that the first command is a git dash dash version, which will return you the version that you have installed on your system. The second command is a git initialize. The git initialize is actually creating a certain files that would be helpful for you to track the changes that have been made into your file. So if I'm like writing git init Now it will be given, if you will be given the prompt that initialize empty Git repository in your following directory. So now suppose I am checking for the list of files, then you can check that a directory is created with the dot git directory. So if you check the files, if you check the contents of the file, then you will get something like this. These are the directories, and these are the actually the files that you don't need to worry about. It's all about their default settings and all that. So uh, the another command, that is git initialize, actually creates an git empty git repository so that you can track all the changes. Now the second command is actually the git add command. So git add is actually like suppose I have changed and this file, uh, git has doesn't know that you have created in a file. So there are two types of areas. Let me explain you the git add command. So suppose you are adding. Okay, so now there are two, before git add, you need to understand there are two areas in the git. One is a untracked file changes area, and another is a staging area. Now, untracked file changes area is actually that the git doesn't know that you have what files you have changed. So suppose I have added this file, but the git doesn't know that I have added this file. And staging area is actually the git knows that you have added the new files content, but it doesn't know that why you have added. So these are the basic difference between that you need to keep in mind. The first one is untracked file change area, and second one is a staging area. So now I have changed this file. I have added the hello world content. Now suppose if I am checking that what file I have changed, so if I can change, I can write git. Let me remove that from. Okay, so now if I want to check what the files I have changed, so you can do it with the git status command. So let me. Okay, so git status command is actually gives the list of the files that have been changed by you. So as soon as I write the git status command, you can check that the untracked file changes are this index.html. So the git doesn't know why you have added this. Git doesn't know what files you have added. So you can make the git knows that you have added this a file and you need to track the changes. So I can write git add index.html, the file that you have changed, and want to know when, and you want let to know the git that you have added this file and you want to track this changes. So you can directly write this command git add index.html. Okay, so now if I check again the git status, now you can see that these are the changes that I have to commit. So this is actually in the staging area that I have let you know that the staging area is something that the git actually doesn't know why you have changed the file. Okay, so these are the git has also another command that is a git add space dot. Now git add space dot actually add all the files you have changed from the last commit to the staging area. So if I this time I have written a index.html, but suppose I have some several other files like index1.html and other many. So you can directly like if I you can directly do that using git add space dot. Now git add space dot this add all the files that you have changed from the previous in the staging area. So these are the like index1.html is also added into the staging area. So let me remove that. Okay. So another command that will be helpful in your day-to-day life is git commit. So what does a git commit do? Git commit actually tells the git commit actually tells the git that these are the files I have changed, and these are with the message that you want to know that why I have changed the file. So suppose I am writing that git commit, and this is the flag that you want to give the message, that is a dash m. Okay, so now I'm writing hello world commit. So now the git has to directly know that what are the files that are these are the files that I will change. Um, these are the files that I have changed, and you want the git to know that it is a hello world commit. This is that would be help you in tracking the changes what you have made from the last commit. So this is the command that the git commit dash m commit message. Now let me add another for your demonstration purpose. Let me h2 another. Okay. So now I'm writing git head and space and dot. This will track all the changes that you have made from the last commit. Okay. So git commit another hello world commit. So now the Git has already know that the why you have changed, what files you have changed and why you have changed with this following message that you have mentioned into the slash into the dash m message box. Okay. So now another command that would be is a Git status. As I already know that the Git status actually returns what the files are in a tracking area and what the files are in a staging area. Now currently we do not have a change the files after we have committed, so it would be nothing to commit and it would be given as a working tree clean. Okay. So now another command that is a git diff command. This will actually gives you what the files you have changed and from the last commit. So let us say we are adding uh, third hello world. Okay. So now if I write git diff. Okay, so this is the content that we have changed from the last commit. Previously, we have created a h1 and named it as and written hello world, and we have given the hello world commit. Similarly, for the another one, we have created a commit. Now I have changed this. I have added this a third hello world, but Git doesn't know why what files you have changed. So with the git diff command, you will get what the files you have changed. Okay, so let me remove the third hello world. Okay, so now this is the git diff command. Now another the subset of it, that is a git diff file name. Let me undo this. So you can check what the files content have by mentioning the file name. Git diff. Now I can write index.html. So this will give you the what files I have changed from the previous commit.
Raj,
Yes.
Raj, if you can slow down your pace. Some people
Okay.
are.
Okay. No issue. Okay, so this is the file content that I have changed from the last commit. Now, let us. So you can directly mention the file that is a git diff and space and followed by the name of your file. Similarly, with the directly git diff command, it would list out all the files and all the contents that have been changed. This You can check that in the index1.html I have added this h2 another hello world. So this is git diff command is actually gives what the files you have changed and what are the contents that you added or removed from the previous commit. Okay, so another command that is a git log command. So you can I already demonstrated you what is a git commit. Now git commit I've already created a two commit. First one for this one hello world and another for the another hello world. Okay. So now if you type git log. Okay, so this is the commit that I have made. So it would give you first hello world commit. Then it would give the name of the author and the date that you have made it. So this is the commit ID. It would be randomly for your based on your operating system and the content you have added. Similarly, I have added another hello world commit, and it would give me the date and the timestamp of the git that of the date that I have committed. So there is another command that would let you know in a single file. So you can write git log dash dash one line. Okay, so this would give you the commit you have made in a descending order. So the first the latest commit would be on the upper side, and the oldest commit would be on the lower side. So you can check that I have changed I have added the another hello world commit that is on the that is the latest commit, and then the previously I have made the hello world commit. Okay. Okay, so is everyone getting until now?
Yes.
Okay, so is anyone facing a problem regarding any specific command or anything like that? Then you can mention in the chat or directly unmute yourself and give the response. Okay, so no more queries. Okay, so before the let me introduce with the git clone command. Okay, if everyone had created their GitHub account that we have mentioned in the description. So if you have created your account, then it would be directly it would be give you the dashboard something like this. So you can directly go to your specific your profile and check all the repository that you have made until now. But some of you have done newly, so there would be no repository on the profile. So let me introduce how to create a repository on the GitHub. Okay, so on the dashboard, you have to directly click new. Okay, so this would prompt you with the with this screen that do you want to keep it as a public or a private? Now, as soon as you keep the public, the repository will be visible to all the users that have registered on the GitHub. Now, if you are doing a private, that would be only visible to yourself only. If you are not inviting anyone to view this repository, so it would be directly on your profile only, but no one can actually see. So now if I'm doing this, this would be in for yours, in that would be your username. Now I am creating this in the DSC RNGPIT organization. So I can write I can give the repository name as git dash github and demo. Okay, so it is a convention that you name the same name as that you have made in your folder. So I have created a folder that is GitHub demo, and similarly for the repository, I'm using the same name. Okay, so let me create a repository. Okay, so now your repository has been now created, but this is actually on the remote. Like this is on the remote server. Like the GitHub, your local repository is not connected to this repository. So you can like suppose if I am adding another, let's just say I am adding from the okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to add this all the content to this repository so that everyone can see what the files that I have changed and what are the commits that I have made until now. So you can the one of the command that is available in the Git is the Git Remote Add command. Now, what a Git remote add does is now there is a two repository. One is the local, and another is the remote repository where your code hosting platform provides. So now I am adding this Git remote add origin command into my local repository. So okay. So now this has been added into into my local. So I can check by using git remote. So this will give us an origin. Now for the GitHub, it is by default an origin. But suppose you are using some another code hosting platform such as GitLab, that would be vary based on the config. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to push all these commits push all this content that I have made into my local repository to this global, that is a cloud hosting platform. So I can directly add this command git push dash u origin master. Now what it does is it would directly push all your code to the git hosting platform. So I can write git push dash u origin master. So as soon as I press the enter, now it would directly for your purpose. If you have newly created account and you have set with the Git, then it would be asking you for the email and password. So as soon as you enter your email and the password, you are authenticated with the GitHub. Now, whenever you push a certain commit to the code hosting platform, it wouldn't ask you for your email and password. So this is the only thing that you have to set it up on your first commit. Okay, so this has been done. Now if I refresh the page. Okay, so this is the commit. This is the file that I have added from my local repository to the remote repository. Now you can check all the commits that you have made from the commit section. So yes, so this was the commit that I have made 11 minutes ago, and you can check it. Okay, so what actually green line shows is the addition of the content. Now, as soon as you delete the content, it would be appear in a red line. Okay, so I have added this file index one and index and index one. By the way, index one was mistakenly created, but no issue. This is added. Now, suppose I am checking another commit, that is another hello world commit. So you can check that I have formatted the code, and you can check that I have added another hello world as well. Okay, so this is actually the log of the commit that you have made, that you can check in a GitHub. Okay, so now what is actually now let me demonstrate you with the readme command. Now readme file. The readme file is something that is actually showing what is the purpose of this project, that why you have created. So this is the special file that is named as a readme.md. MD actually stands for markdown. Markdown is actually a type of texting, maybe for the demonstration, like for your project information regarding that. So you can directly add a readme. Okay, so I can directly write in it that this is repository for demo purpose. So now I can directly commit to from the GitHub directly. So you can directly write commit new file, and it would be directly commit it with the following message, that is a create readme.md. Now the issue is that now I have added this in my global, like in a code hosting platform, but it is not reflected in my local repository. So the one of the command that would be very much helpful to you. I have already shown you the Git Remote Command. It actually adds your global code hosting platform URL, and let you push the code to the code hosting platform. Okay, so the git push that I have already shown, that git push, what it actually do is actually commit. It actually sends all your code that you have changed from the last commit to the code hosting platform. Okay, so the another command, that is git pull command. So I have saying that in the code hosting platform there is a no such that I have added the GitHub demo MD file, but in my local there is no such MD file. So what to do now? Now how can we synchronize the global that is a global repository that is on the code hosting platform and on my local repository? So you can directly do with this git pull command. So git pull actually pulls out all the content that you have made from that you have changed on the code hosting platform. So I can directly write git pull origin and master. Okay, so you can check now that that the readme file that I have changed on my code hosting platform uh, is being added into also my the local repository. So this was the git pull command. Now git pull command also can be used when you have more number of code hosting providers. Like suppose you have deployed to another cloud, such as on a Heroku, and you want to pull that content from there. then you can do it with the easily from the writing git pull, and origin is actually the alias name of the GitHub. So you can directly remote git remote dash v. Now git remote dash v is actually gives you all the things that you have set for the remote repository. So you can check that I have added an origin and the link of the and the URL for the origin. So is everyone getting this? Git and git. What is the difference between a git push command and a git pull command? Okay. Okay. So let me introduce with the another command, that is a git branch command. Now you have created this website for your demo purpose. Now suppose you want to add a feature that is an experimental feature that you doesn't know that it would be successful, or it would be give you some bug or error, something like that. So now I am changing. Let me now git. Now there are the main branch is actually called as a master branch. Master branch can be considered as a kind of a pointer that holds the on what on what uh, on what you are working on. So you can check that the git branch, by default there is a master branch that you are working on. Now I want to create a branch and I want to add some commit to it, and so that you can merge it into the master one. So let me directly give to them. So you can write git branch and the name of the branch. Since I'm adding a new feature to it, so I will directly write git branch feature. Okay. So now you can check by using git branch command. Okay. So there is a one master branch and another one is a feature branch. Now, if I check out to the feature branch, then you can check that no file contents have been changed. Okay. So now I am on the feature branch. Since now let me add another feature, that is this is now I am on the feature branch. Let me add this file into the staging area by using git add index.html, and now I am committing the file. Feature add. Okay, now I can check the git log command. Okay, so now you can see that I am on the feature branch. The head is actually pointing to the feature branch. Head is actually a pointer that actually tracks on what branch you are working on. Currently, I am on the feature branch, so the head would points to the feature branch. Now, as soon as I check out to the master branch, now you can check the log. Okay, so now your head is pointing to the master one. Since I have added the feature only on the feature one, so there would be no file, no changes in the master branch. You can check this. I have added the feature that was actually on the feature branch, but I have not yet merged it to the master branch. So you can check that if I am on the master branch, there is a no such a code about the feature branch. But now, as soon as I check out to the feature branch, then you can check that this is available to us. That this is an experimental feature that you have added on the feature branch. Okay. Now, let me check out again to the master branch. Now, after some days that you have tested the feature branch, you want to add it into your main code base. That is the master branch. Master branch actually holds what's actually in the production. So you can directly do it with the merge command. Do git merge, and the branch I want to merge is actually called as feature. Okay. Okay. So now this is the code that I have merged it from the feature branch, and now the code is also being available in the master. So if I check the log, okay. So now you can check that if even I I am on the master branch, I am getting the commit as well that the feature was added. Okay, so this was the Git branch. I hope that you have understand. But similarly, instead of going to the two commands like git branch and creating the name of the file that is a feature, and get and then check out and doing the checkout to the master, you can directly do it with the git checkout dash b, and I can name it as another feature. Okay, so git checkout another feature dash b would actually creates another branch, and it actually check out to the another feature. So your head would be directly pointing to the another feature. So as soon as I hit enter, you can say the switch to the new branch that is another feature. Okay, so now if I write git branch, now you can check that the head is pointing to the another feature, and we have another two files that are already being present on this repository. Okay, so this was all about the git branch. I hope you have understand. Okay, so the checkout command. So I have already told you about the checkout. Like checkout is actually command that that lets you points the head to the name of the branch that you want to check out. So I can directly check out to the master. Okay. Now you can check that I have added this experimental feature, but it is again not available to this in the code hosting platform. See, this is already another the README file only. But now I want to directly push this code that I have changed from the previous one. So you can do it with the git push uh, origin master. Okay, so now you can check that the branch has been set up to date with that of the remote repository. So as soon as I hit the refresh, okay, so you can check the commit that the feature has been added. Okay, now this was in the git push command. You have to mention what the branch that you want to push. Suppose I want to push only the feature branch. Let's say I have the feature, and you can mention it that is git push origin and the feature. So this would also push your code of the feature branch to the remote repository. So now the feature branch has also been added to this repository. So yes, you can check that this branch is even with the master. So no conflict, and there would same code base on the both the branching. Okay, so now you want to remove the branch that you have created. Now I can directly write git branch dash d to delete a branch, and I can write as a another I can feature. Now you can check that the deleted branch another feature. So this is the command. The first command that I will let you know is a git branch. Git branch will actually list all the branch that are available. Similarly, the checkout command. Checkout would actually point your pointer to the mentioned branch. Another is a git branch dash d, which would delete the branch from your local repository. Okay, so get a merge command that I already know. Like suppose if I'm adding, like I am on the feature. Let me check out to the feature branch. Okay, now let's just say I want to add h2. That is this is feature two. Okay, so now I am on the feature branch. Now I'm adding the file to the staging area, and I'm committing the feature two. Okay, so now I've already committed the file. Let me check out to the master. Okay, so you can check that there is no such thing that is a feature to try on the master. But now I want to, after the testing all the things, I want to merge this feature branch with the master branch. So what you can do is directly write git merge and the name of the branch that you want to merge. Since I've already created the commit in the feature branch, so I'm writing this as a feature. So now you can see that this is the feature that I need to try. Now the same command that you have to follow, that is git push origin master. Okay, so this was the commit that was missing from in the global repository, and you can directly push it to the GitHub. So I can refresh the page and check. Okay, so you can check that another feature to try has been added to the global repository. Okay, so these are the main commands that are actually you need to know before to trying with the Git and GitHub. So for the today, what you have learned for this purpose is these are the commands that you have created, that you have learned, and now the wizard will let you understand what is the task that you need to know, that you need to do to get the practical uh, for the practical purpose. So, wizard.
Okay, so hello everyone. So now Raj has explained you all the commands that are required. So I will just run you through some steps that you can follow to create your first repository. I will share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. So these are the steps. We'll provide you these steps in the form of a GitHub repository. But for now, you can look at the steps. The first thing that you need to do is create a new repository on github.com under your account, right? And just check the initialize with README option. So it will initialize with the repository name in the README option. So if you'll go into our account and do as Raj actually demonstrated right now, you can name it anything that you want. You can name it demo and you can add a readme file over here. So this is the first step consists of just creating a repository on your GitHub account right now. So as I will create it, let's wait for some time. Okay, so now the repository is created. The next thing that you need to do is, now this repository is hosted right now on your on github.com. So you need to copy this repository on your local PC to make some changes. So this is done using the git clone space the URL, and the URL you can take the URL from here. That is, if you will go into code, you will find this URL. You can just simply copy the URL and clone using it. So if you will go over here and keep one thing in mind, that the current directory that you are in, the repository will be cloned into that directory. So right now I'm in desktop. So when I will use the git clone command, so wait for some time. Okay, so now a repository has been created on my desktop. So if you will take a look at my desktop right now. Okay, wait for a second. Okay. Hello.
Yes, we said you're audible now, but I think we are having some technical issue on your side.
Okay, wait for a second.
Raj, can you stop presenting the screen? Thank you.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible now.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption.
Yes, you will have to present the screen again.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm on the same git clone command that I did before. And so once you are done with the git clone command, you will so I cloned the repository on desktop. So you will find the repository on desktop, as you can see over here. This is the repository, demo repository, and it is initialized with the readme that you can see on screen. So this readme right now contains only the demo thing. That's the same thing that you can see on my GitHub repository, right? So my repository contains this demo written in a README file. So the next thing that we want you to do is, after you have cloned the repository, now you can a folder will be created. You just saw the folder on desktop, and there will be a README file in the folder. So open the file and make any changes that you want into this repository. For example, I can just write this is my first GitHub repo. And so now the changes have been made. So after the changes have been made, of course the changes are not visible right now on the GitHub platform. You need to add and commit the changes as it was shown by Raj. So the next thing was, after you have made your changes, of course you need to save your file, and after saving you need to add and then commit the changes. So right now Git does not know what changes you have made. So the first thing that you need to do is, you need to, if you will write Git status over here. Okay. Oops, my bad. So first you need to go into the repository. So change the directory to the demo repository that you have created. Okay, and now you can do the git status. So you will see that I have a modified change in readme.md. I added this. This is my first GitHub repo line. So now I need to add these changes. So it can be done using, either you can use git add dot, or you can use git add space the file name, that is readme.md. So I did the git that odd. So now the git knows about the changes that I have made to the repository. The next thing you need to do is, you need to commit the change so that with a message, so that the git will know that these changes will be pushed whenever you use the push command in the next time. So now you need to use git commit m and my first commit, whatever you want to write. Okay, so after you have, okay, so I have not set my email, I'm sorry. So if this error occur, you can just simply set your git space config space user dot email and give whatever the email you have gave on the GitHub account. And you also need to set your username, and that username does not need to be same as the GitHub account. So it can be done using git space config space user dot name and whatever username you want to add over here. Okay, so once you are done, now you will be able to add the changes, as well as you will be able to commit the changes. And now, as you can see, there are the one file has been changed, and that file is readme.md file. And now what you need to do is, you need to push these changes to the repository, that is using git push origin master. And once you will push this, wait for a few seconds. Okay, please close your eyes. So once you are done with all the GitHub credentials things, your changes will be pushed to your GitHub repository. Okay, so now all the changes have been made to the GitHub repository, and if you will go to that repository on your account, you will see that the change, this is my first GitHub repo, has been made in the README account. So in the same way, you can add different files if you want to, instead of doing changes in the README file. So we want all of you to perform these steps and create your first GitHub repository. Raj will paste the repository link in the Meet chat right now. You can follow the steps from that repository. Okay, Raj, can you please paste? Okay, so just go to this repository and you will find all the steps that I just mentioned right now. Please follow these steps and create your first repository. We hope that you like the session. You can ask any questions if you have any.
Also, Raj, can you paste the link for the DSC portal so people can join?
Yes, yes, just a minute. Okay, so any questions from your side?
Okay, so if anyone of you have yet not joined the portal, please join the portal so that check-ins and registration becomes easy for you and us. And also one main thing, please just follow the steps and create your first repository. If you have not, this is, consider this as an activity for day one. Tomorrow we will be you will make your first open source contribution to DSC RNGPIT repository, so be ready for it. Right now, if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
You can write your doubts in the chat, or also you can unmute yourself and just directly ask it.
Yes, yes, sure. We will share the video of this session. We will send you the Google Drive link in DSC group once we have the video ready.
Okay, anything else? Any doubt? Anything that you didn't understand? Anything that was a bit fast for you? Any concerns? You can write it in the chat box.
So if any one of you face the problem of the pace being fast, we will cover the concepts. If you just write in the chat right now, we'll cover those concepts again if you have any doubts in any of them.